Oh, we continue our commitment now to keeping you informed about the candidates on the ballot for this November's election.
Tonight, News Channel 5's Tracy Carlos talks with Democratic candidate Dennis Kucinich on why voters should send him back to Congress.
He served Northeast Ohio residents in politics for over 30 years, and Congressman Dennis Kucinich wants your vote that will send him back to Washington. Congressman, welcome.
Great to be here with you.
You've served the 10th Congressional District now since 1996. What do you want voters to know about you that they don't already know?
Well, people do know that I work hard, that I'm concerned about saving jobs, creating jobs, about the basic things that relate to people's practical experience. I mean, I grew up in Cleveland. I was the oldest of 7. Many people know the story that my parents never owned a home. We were renters, and we kept moving. So much so that by the time I was 17, we lived in 21 different places, including a couple cars. I remember those days because I remember that, life can be tough for people. And because of that memory as a child, I have never forgotten where I've come from. I'm always there to protect people's basic concerns, to make sure they have a job, to make sure that they have housing, health care, retirement security, education. I mean, these are things that come from my understanding of, life isn't always easy for people. And as Lincoln said, that government should be there to do things collectively for people that they can't do for themselves individually.
Why did you decide to run for another congressional term?
Service is what my life's about. I believe that our lives don't belong just to ourselves, but they belong to the community. And I see the world as one. I see the world as being interconnected and interdependent, that we're all brothers and sisters, and that each of us has a responsibility to give back to the community. So I made a decision a long time ago that my life would always be about giving and about helping others. And so public service is one path to do that.
The 10th District is among the largest in the state of Ohio. What are some of the problems that are facing your district? The economy?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have high unemployment. So many people have lost their jobs, not through any fault of their own. There are many people who are over 50 who are unemployed and they don't know where they're going to go next. This is a serious problem in this country. We need to be about creating jobs. To make it possible, rebuild America, create the new technologies. We have the ability here, but we've got to create jobs to help people make a living, to help them hold on to their homes, to help them keep a part of that American dream, to enable them to send their kids to college. And so my work is very sharply attuned to the economic difficulties that people are having and trying to do everything I can to help make the government respond to what people are going through right now. And these are very tough economic times.
Health care and Homeland Security in your district, you think those are issues that are facing the folks there?
Well, in America, there's over 50 million people who don't have any health insurance. I have pushed, since I've been in Congress, for a single-payer, not-for-profit system. Because corporations who are health insurance companies, did you know 1 out of every $3 goes for their profits? When the Obama administration came in with their plan, it was for reform only within the context of the for-profit system. I don't favor that, but in the end, that's all we had, so now we have 32 million more people who will be able to have access to insurance. If you don't have insurance and you have an illness in your family, you can lose everything you've ever worked a lifetime for. And for people whose children have pre-existing conditions, and for those who have young people 26 and under, there were some changes that were positive in this reform. But you know what? I don't like the idea of health care only within the context of a for-profit system. I think it ends up being predatory. It opens people up to large rate increases. I want to keep some, I'm still pushing for the big plan, which every other industrialized nation has, which says health care is a basic right, and it's good for business, it's good for people. That's what I'm still pushing for.
Dennis, it's no secret that Cleveland politicians are coming under fire for this county corruption scandal. What would you say to those politicians that are still in office?
We have an obligation to help people, to be about public service, to not worry about what we can get for ourselves. You have to go into politics to do good, not to do well for yourself. And I think that those who take a public trust have a responsibility every minute to remember why you're there. When I was in the 6th grade at St. Aloysius, Sister Leona gave us a poem to remember. And I want to just share it with you. It says, I have only just 1 minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. Give account if I abuse it. Heaven help me if I lose it. Just one tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. You have to remember every moment.
Dennis, thank you very much. Dennis Kucinich joining us today. Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks.
And all candidates from all parties running for federal and top-tier state offices were offered 5 minutes of free airtime. You can see these reports on our webpage, newsnet5.com, under the News tab.